exciting, and I think as Uganda, we're very proud that we have a team of Ugandans going to the World Cup. Cricket, cricket world is very difficult. There are really some really good teams in the world, and for us to go and rub shoulders with them is it's really great. And we are very happy, we are very pleased that our efforts feel very proud, as I said, because mainly our cricket really has had a lot of problems ever since that time when we played first time round. A lot of problems. Equipment is not there, playing fields are not there, coaches are not there to go around in schools. All that means problems. But we've really tried our level best, and I think we've managed to, over the years, to put up a team which can qualify and go to the World Cup. When we went first time round, we were invited. We didn't have to qualify. We didn't have to play this team or play the other team. But now these young men have really played and qualified. They've played Kenya, they've played Tanzania, they've played many teams, Namibia being one of them, and they've qualified. And this is something to be proud of. I think we are very proud of this kind of achievement. It's a big achievement.
Okay.
Atmosphere is electric, and mind you, I'm talking about way back in '75. But now the game has also, the world game has grown on bigger scales now. It is much bigger. There's much more competition than it used to be at the time. At that time, this kind of game was not even started. We started by playing 50 over matches. Now they are going to play 20 over matches. So there's a lot of excitement in the game. I think more shots have come into the game. They're big hitters now. They are hitting more big sixes and what have you than we used to hit at that time. And so the game is very exciting now, and I very much suspect these young men will enjoy themselves. They will have a lot of bigger crowds, and it will be very exciting, I think. It has been rough, I must say, and because there was the expulsion of the Asians, and the Asians were dominant in this game here. We only had one club which was indigenous Ugandans, that was ACC, Africa Cricket Club, which had been formed by Prince George Mawanda way back in 1948. So we only had, but we also had not many, but a number of indigenous schools playing cricket: Budo, Mwiri, Nabomali, Nyakasura, such schools, Ntare, and so forth. But of course, without having coaches and teachers who know how to play cricket, it was also going to be very difficult to maintain those schools playing cricket. And really true to what happened, most of those schools don't play anymore, including those which are really around Kampala, which would have been much easier. They are no longer playing. The teams that used to play, the clubs schools that used to play around are not playing anymore. So it has been a really tough going, and it's good that we've reached this standard, and it was tough. I think the game is now more competitive than it used to be in our days. Mainly, I think, because methods of training, methods of practice, and what have you. And I think the competition is now much harder than it used to be way back. When we were playing, it was mainly being played by people who have been to schools. You go to school, you go to Budo, you go to Makerere, you qualify as a doctor, then you are transferred to Ayumbe, and so on and so forth. There is no cricket in Ayumbe. You're transferred in Moroto. There is no school. There are no grounds in Moroto. You can't practice. So you come over the weekend to have a game of cricket. Naturally, the standard cannot be that high. Now, I must say, when we found this place, so we started teaching cricket to a number of boys who are not necessarily at school or who are near the playing grounds. And that I think has helped us. Most of the young men now you see are really they've grown up around playing grounds. Go, Mwiri, Ginger SS and what have you. So they cannot have access to training and playing cricket almost every day. And I think this has improved the standard of the game. The standard of the game is quite high now. The kind of bowlers and batters you see now, we didn't have them way back. But mainly because now the standard is quite high. And luckily enough, we've had a number of Indians and Pakistanis coming back and playing cricket. Naturally, the standard has gone up. Uganda is very difficult to predict with Uganda. You can never tell what will happen in Uganda. Say, for instance, this place where we are right now, it might not belong to us in the near future. And if it doesn't belong to us now, what do we do? Where do we go? We would have thought that we've now got a number of grass wickets which are international. We've got Lugogo, we've got Entebbe, we've got some private ground which is in Kamengo and so on and so forth. So we were not sure where to be. Hopefully there will be more people coming up and putting up playing grounds and what have you, and probably clubs also having more players from outside who have got the standard to keep the game up. But where we are now, it's difficult to tell, I must say. You can't predict anything in Uganda, can you? I hope that we can move somewhere, especially with the view of the fact that our playing fields are not many. We have to go to the schools and establish playing grounds. I remember when I went to Sri Lanka, and mind you, in 1975, we were at the same level with Sri Lanka. When we went to Sri Lanka and we visited one of the schools, and I had taken another 19 there. And you visit the school has got about 4 or 5 playing fields, 4 or 5 nets and what have you. They've got, the facilities are even much bigger than what Uganda has. And therefore you are supposed to go and compete against these guys. That's not easy, it's not easy, but I think we have to get there somehow.